Welcome to the first edition of our Study Abroad Spotlights for this semester. We have a special treat for this week with Marie Terlinden sharing about her experience in Spain. Just for all of you who are interested, we do have two others up and coming, one in March and one in April. One will be about Cyprus, a student who studied in Cyprus, and another will be from a student who studied in India. Sorry. So we'll look forward to those, but without taking any more of her time, I'd like to introduce Marie.
Hi. Whoa. Scared myself. So this is a real picture, just to clarify. I didn't Photoshop myself in there. People have wondered that. But yes, I studied abroad in Segovia, Spain, and so I'm just going to talk about that. An introduction to me and who I am. I'm a junior. I'm a TESOL and Spanish Eds major from West Bend, Wisconsin. And I love traveling and interacting with people from other cultures. That's my friend Julia, my one Spanish friend. You laugh, but it's true. Okay, so I chose to go with the Bethel Spain Terms program, and there's a couple different reasons why I chose. One, like the credits transfer easily. I didn't have to like appeal anything, so that was really nice. Spanish, it's all Spanish, so that was a bonus. I got to go with Bethel people, and also Bethel teams up with Concordia Moorhead on this trip, so it was half Bethel, half Concordia Moorhead. So I got to make relationships with people that I could continue on here. Same as tuition, you get financial aid, so that was really nice. And then I have friends that live like all over Europe, and so I was able to visit them, which was great. So a brief history of Spain, which I know you're all dying to learn. I'm just going to highlight that the Roman Empire had influence, and also the Moors, the Muslims, had influence, because you can see this a lot in the architecture, like the aqueduct. I think this next picture. Yep, the aqueduct was built by the Romans, and then like all of this is Muslim, and it's in the south, and so they just have beautiful architecture there. And like in Segovia, where I was, there's cobblestone roads. Like that's all still from like when the Romans were there. Okay, so I took a class when I was there called Modern Spain, and we learned all about like recent history in Spain. And a big part of that is the civil war that happened in the 30s and the dictatorship of Francisco Franco. And so Spain was basically split into the left wing and the right wing, and the left wing wanted like autonomy for the different communities, and the right wing was like very Roman Catholic and wanted all of Spain to like stay together. And so as there was this tension between them, which broke out into a civil war, and the Republic became the left and the Nationalists became the right. Both of them received foreign aid. The Nationalists received aid from Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy and Portugal, and the Republic received aid from Russia and the International Brigade. And I actually wrote a very long paper about the International Brigades. And I think it was pretty cool because it was, in the U.S., Americans were banned from going and helping in this war, but a good chunk of men decided that they wanted to go and help. So against what our country was saying, they went and helped. They went through France, and a bunch of French people helped too, and like from over 53 nations, and they formed these brigades to fight for the Republic. They lost, but they fought. So yeah, the Nationalists won, and Francisco Franco became the dictator. And he ruled until 1975 when he died. And Franco, he was backed by the Roman Catholic Church, and so very strict. Women like had to be completely covered, and there's just a ton of rules on like how people had to live and like, what they could and could not do. Like they pretty much ostracized themselves economically and politically from the rest of the world. So when tourism came to happen, and the Swedes really wanted to, and the Swiss really wanted to go to the beaches of Spain, this opened up a lot of doors for Spain, and this saved them economically and politically. And so tourism has had a really big impact on Spain due to their economics before were really bad because they didn't let anything in or out. After Franco's death, control was given to the King Juan Carlos, who is still the king today. And in 1978, Spain's constitution was written. So if you think about how old ours is, theirs is very recent. This, you can't really see, but this is a huge building that goes into the mountain, and there's a cathedral in there, and this is called Valle de los Caídos. It's the Valley of the Fallen, and it was constructed by Franco to honor those who had fallen during the war, and it's a very controversial thing within Spain because it was constructed by political prisoners. The Republic, they would capture anyone who was captured during the war. They were forced to do manual labor to build this building. And actually in Spain today, a lot of Spaniards refuse to go to it. It's a national monument, but a lot of people won't go to it. They hate everything Franco. So it has a lot of controversy. It's absolutely huge. This is the size of a football field. It doesn't look that big in this picture, but it's just ginormous. Yeah. And a lot of important people are buried within here. And they have bodies of both Republics and Nationalists buried in here to try and equal it out and make it more neutral, but its intention was built for the Nationalists. Okay, so Juan Carlos is the king, but Jose Luis Rodriguez Zapatero is the prime minister. And the king is the one who nominates a candidate for the prime minister, but this has to be approved by Congress, and then the prime minister pretty much is like the president. He's the top official. The king is just kind of more of a, I don't know, what would you say is he's just there. I don't know. He looks good. So this is the prime minister, Zapatero. That's Franco. This is the king, and this is the king's family. And the queen actually wrote a book, and it's a really popular book. Everywhere we went in Spain, there she was. She's very pretty. Okay, the social context. Spain loves the nightlife. I remember, it was in J term sometime, and Katie and Steph and I were we were the only ones there, and it was some holiday, and my host mom was like, "You guys need to go out." And I'm like, "No, I think I'm just gonna stay in. I'm tired." She's like, "You need to go. Call all your friends and go out." Okay. So we went out, and we were looking at the clock. We're like, "Oh, is it time? Can we go home? Yeah, can we go home?" Finally, at 2 a.m, we went home, and the next day, my mom was like, "You got home so early. Why did you come home so early?" I was like, "I'm tired." So yeah, they love the nightlife. Host mothers force you to go out. Bars there have a different concept. They're more for socializing because people don't socialize within their house. They don't entertain in their houses because most people live in apartments, so there's not a lot of room. So they do all their socializing out in restaurants. My host parents would go to the same bar at the same time every day to meet their friends. And they'd have a glass of wine and talk and stuff, and then they'd come home. So that's very popular to go out and do all your socializing. My host brother would come home in the morning when I was waking up getting ready to go to class. He would finally be coming home. So the youth in Spain, I don't know how they do it, but they stay out till the wee hours of the morning. For New Year's Eve, my host brother didn't come home till 12:30 at lunchtime. I stayed out till 5, and I was like, oh my gosh. But nope, that wasn't long enough. Also, cafes are really popular to go to. Coffee is cheap. You can get a cafe con leche for a Euro 30 or something like that.
Yeah, well, cheap,
Yeah, well.
relatively.
And it's good. So we did that a lot. So yeah, this is my friend Maria. Okay, I had 2 Spanish friends. But that's it. And I actually met her before I went to Spain. She was a foreign exchange student here, and she lived in Madrid. So actually, when I went there, I was like, hey, I'm in Spain. Let's meet up. So that was really fun. This is the cathedral, and this was for a holiday, San Frutos or something like that, and they were dancing, and so we joined them. It was pretty funny. This is my host brother, Felipe, and this was for another holiday, and they have sopa de ajo. It's like garlic soup. I don't know, it wasn't very good. But you get to keep the bowl, so that's exciting. Yep, so that's out in the center. And then this picture is really dark and you actually can't see it, but we're having tea. Okay. So this is my host family. They were great. They were crazy, so I fit in very well with them. They loved me. This is New Year's Eve, and so we all had all these leis and like hats and like, yeah. My host dad, my host mom, my sister Ale, Hika, who is engaged and getting married, which is a big deal in Spain, and Felipe, who now lives in England and he's teaching, and then that's Sol, my host mom. So every day, my host mom would make me breakfast. She'd like toast and she made me coffee, and she made me fresh squeezed orange juice every morning for breakfast. Like, I don't know if you've ever had fresh squeezed orange juice, but it was delightful. And like, she loved to feed me. Like, that was her goal in life, was to feed me. But it's okay, because like, you have to walk everywhere, so I didn't get anyway. So I was okay. I was a kid then. Yeah, and so Ale, she lived in Madrid. She was going to school there, and Hika, she had her own place, and then Felipe lived at my house, or at my apartment. So yeah, we lived in an apartment, and it was close to the center of town. I was the closest to the center where we had our classes, and also like just the middle of town where like everything cool was going down. So that was great. And also I had a cat named Tigre. I loved him. He was my companion. For free time, we had intercambios, which is like a language partner. So I would speak Spanish with her, and she would speak English with me. And that was Julia. She was the one in the beginning. And so I spent a lot of time with her. We got along super well. And so like I went over to her place once, and we made chocolate chip cookies, and like I'd hang out with her and her friends and stuff like that. So it was really fun. We went to cafes, which was also fun. Slacklining. I brought my slackline, and I'm so glad. We would go down and slackline all the time, and like we'd go down by this walking path on the outside of like the wall. It's a walled city, so like on the outside of the wall there's like this tree, grassy area, and you can walk around the city. And we'd set up our slackline, and Spaniards really hadn't seen it or whatever, and so they'd like come like, "What are you doing?" and make conversation. And then one person thought I was French, and I was like, "Well, thank you, but I'm not." And they told me my Spanish was good, so yeah. I liked them. On Thursdays, they had outdoor markets in the main plaza, and so I didn't go a ton to that, but some people would go like every Thursday and get their like little cookie things. Stephanie did every Thursday, like clockwork. We'd have movie nights at the center because you couldn't really have people over to your place, so we begged Manrique to leave the center unlocked, and he always did. And then I planned a scavenger hunt one time because we had a lot of free time, and so we like made a list of things and broke off into teams, and we're running around Segovia like finding these things, and it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Okay. My classes were all in Spanish. I took 16 credits. Modern Spain was the class where I learned about like the Civil War in Spain. I took advanced communications, which was really good for my Spanish speaking skills, and like art and civ was, I don't like art and civilization, I could pass on, but it was a good class because like now I see like art pieces, I'm like, oh yeah, that was so-and-so and this time, and this is what it means. So, and also modern literature. This is my modern literature class. That's our professor, Ramon. and he was really funny. He would like draw pictures on the board to try and help us like understand what's going on, and like it would just confuse us even more because he really can't draw. But that's okay, we tried. We had excursions all over Spain. We went to Madrid, Toledo, Salamanca, Barcelona, Granada, Sevilla, Cordoba. So we went to mostly all of Spain except the northern part. So that was really cool to be able to like go to many different parts of Spain. And like Barcelona and then the Granada, Sevilla, Cordoba, we went for like I think 4 days to Barcelona and like 5 to the other 3. So it was really fun. Because I'm a TESOL major, I had to do a practicum abroad of 3 weeks, and so I did that when I was in Spain, and I taught 7 different English classes at 2 different middle schools, and I thought I was going to hate it because middle schoolers are like hormonal and whatever, but I actually really loved it. It was super fun. One of the teachers that I had 2 different teachers. The male teacher that I worked with like really didn't have me do anything. He had me teach one class, abbreviations in text messaging that we do, and I'm like, okay, LOL, like laugh out loud, and everyone's like, I was like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, but I don't know what I'm doing this. And then at Las Maristas, I worked with a teacher, and she just loved me, and it was great. We had like a really good relationship, and she'd be like talking to me really sweet, and then the kids would be misbehaving, and she'd like start screaming at them, and then she'd turn back to me and be like really sweet, and I was like, okay. I don't know, but she had me do everything. Like one day she's like, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so you're going to teach the class. This other guy will be here just to make sure the kids behave, but like if you want to like just prepare something. I'm like, oh, I've never taught a class in my life. Sure. And the kids and I, like, we got along really well. We pretty much played hangman all last hour long. They loved that. Or, like, I made this game with a ball, and it got vicious, so we didn't play that game anymore. But, yeah, so that was really fun, and Segovia is really small, and so I would see them out in the streets if we were, like, walking around, because you walk everywhere in Segovia because roads are this wide, so cars don't fit. And so I'd see them and I'd be like, oh, hi, students. Like, yeah, they're great. Emily, too, she would see her kids. And also, I helped out at a private language academy, and so I would help, I would teach, like, a class of 5 or 6 fifth graders, or I had a class of 40-year-old women. They were absolutely my favorite. They were so funny. They didn't speak English, but they're funny, so it was good. Oh, that's one of my classes. It's a little blurry, but they're big classes. So faith in Spain. Spain is Catholic, but not practicing. So that's like the common response you'll get, like, oh, what are you? I'm Catholic, but I don't practice. Like, they get baptized in the church and they get married in the church, and that's about it. And also there's a lot of resentment against the Catholic Church because of the Civil War and the dictatorship. So a lot of people will just outright say, like, I don't support the Catholic Church because of this. And Protestant churches are starting to pop up because Spain has a lot of immigrants coming in because they have a really low birth rate, so they economically like have to let immigrants come in because they can't support themselves. And so there's a lot of immigrants from Latin America coming, and they're starting these Protestant churches. And so there's two very small Protestant churches in Segovia, and when we left, actually, we found out that they started another one. But I don't really know anything else about that. So there are 2 small, like, and when I say small, I mean like 20 people in a little room. I went a couple times to that, but we were gone a lot on weekends too on our excursions, so it's kind of hard. So I chose to listen to podcasts from my church back home, which was really good for me. Spain was really good for my faith and my walk with God because I had to like go and intentionally spend time with Him. Like, it's not like Bethel where like you can just do like everything you do there. God is like, you really have to seek Him out in Spain. And I had good discussions with some people there, with some Spaniards and stuff too. And so yeah, it was really good for me to just be independent in my faith and not count on others to supply it for me. For fall break, you have a week, and I traveled to France. Like I said, I had friends all over Europe, and so I had a friend in France who was a foreign exchange student here, and I went and visited him and his family for a week, which was great. I went to Scotland for Thanksgiving. I had a friend there. Italy, Germany, and the Netherlands in between fall semester. My sister and sister-in-law came, and we traveled to Italy together for a week, and then we went to Germany, and my mom came because I had a foreign exchange student for a year from Germany, and we still like keep in good touch, and like we're good friends with her family, with her parents, and so we decided to go there for Christmas, and it was the most wonderful Christmas I've ever had. Like I would go back for Christmas every year. Stephanie came for Christmas too, and so she loved it as well. So this is France. That's my friend Robin. That's the beaches in Normandy where D-Day happened. This is Germany. It was her 75th birthday. This is Caroline, my foreign exchange student, and her grandparents, and that's her dad and her mom and her brother. And then that's my sister and my mom and Stephanie and Red. And this is Scotland. This is my friend Dan and his parents. Oh, so we went to Scotland for Thanksgiving, and his mom made us a pumpkin pie from scratch. I've never had one from scratch, and they're from Scotland, and they don't celebrate Thanksgiving Day. But like, she really wanted to treat us well, and so she made us like a traditional Thanksgiving meal with homemade scratch pumpkin pie. It was the best thing ever. This is Italy with my sister-in-law, and Scotland, and Germany with Caroline. I stayed for J term to take another class, and Katie and Stephanie were also there. It was just the three of us, and we had one class 3 hours a day, like we do here. There's like 3 students, so we all got to talk a lot. And every day we'd start out in a cafe with Ricardo is the professor, and we'd like read the paper and talk about it, and then we'd walk to the center where we had our classes, and we'd work on grammar and pronunciation, and Katie always just blew us out of the water, but that's okay. Also, we had a lot of free time, so because you only have class 3 hours a day, so trying to like find stuff to do within that was sometimes tricky. We'd go to the library a lot, and what else did we do? Oh, yes. We had Katie and her intercambio were like good friends, and they'd invite us over all the time. And they sing Star. They love Sing Star. So, yeah, it was good. Does anyone have any questions for me or anything at all? Because it's only 10:40, so. Nothing? You're not curious about anything? Oh, dude.
I don't know if you recall, there was a photo taken with President Obama and one of the Spanish leaders and his family, and I guess their children are never allowed to have a photo taken in the press. Do you remember if that was, I don't know if you recall the story, but I was wondering if that was Spain's dictator or not dictator.
I don't know. Emily, do you know? You're shaking your head.
Is that the Prime
know
Minister's
roughly
family?
about it. I think maybe it was Zapatero, the president.
Okay.
Or no, maybe it was the king. Yeah.
I don't know. Never heard of it.
Too dark.
I would be surprised if it were the king.
The Spaniards were shocked because she was wearing like boots.
Oh.
She was dressed like a goth.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. Mm.
Yeah.
Spain loves goths, so I don't know why they're upset. That reminds me, though, we were there when the election was happening, and everyone, like, not, hi, I'm so-and-so, what's your name? Hi, who are you voting for? Like, don't you want to get to know me? Everyone there, like, loved Obama, and, yeah, it was insane. It was funny, because they, like, didn't even care who you were. They just wanted to know who you were voting for, and if you weren't voting for Obama, they wanted to influence you so that you would. Yeah.
I actually have a question in connection to that. I know in the past we've had students who studied in Spain and have been sort of spit on because of the current political climate. I'm curious if that was experienced during your study abroad.
No, because I think everyone is just really excited about like what was going to happen and like what was going to change. So they weren't really thinking about like the past; they were thinking about the future. So I didn't experience any negative, or no one spit on me, as far as I know. Did you guys at all?
Do you want to talk about La Crisis? They always talk about the crisis.
No. I don't know, like, well, we didn't really talk about it a ton. The economic crisis.
Yeah, when it happened, they just would say, like, oh yeah, this is happening because of the crisis, or yeah, we have to save that piece of food because of the crisis.
Oh, I never got that. My mom was like, eat more, eat more. Okay. I never got that one. Yeah.
What do you miss and what don't you miss?
What do I miss and what don't I? Well, I miss some people. I miss fresh squeezed orange juice for breakfast every morning. Not only that, like my host mom just catered to my every need. Like she did my laundry, she made my bed. Like she thought, well, it was her goal in life to just make sure I didn't have to lift a finger, which is nice. Yeah, and I had like really good relationship with my family and like some friends, like Maria in Madrid. She was like such a blessing to have because she lived right by the airport. So anytime I was going to fly to visit someone else, I would stay at her house. Or her parents, her dad owned a hotel, and so one time she's like, "We're not going to be here, but just go to this hotel and tell them your name, and you'll have a room." And like I did, I went to this hotel and I was like, "I'm Marie Terlinden," and they're like, "Oh yes, come with us. Here's your room and like breakfast in the morning, and here's the pool." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is great!" For free. And so like I just was really blessed with just the connections I made over there and the friendships that I built. And like I still talk to them, like Julia, my intercambio, like we still talk, and Maria, like we still talk. France, Scotland, Germany, we still talk. So, yeah, it's just really cool to have those connections. And everyone would make fun of me because they're like, "Oh, you're leaving again?" And like, but it was just such a blessing to have. And like some of my best memories are there with those people. What I don't miss, I love having like people over, and I love entertaining. So it stunk that like we couldn't have a lot of people over. Like my host mom was okay with me having a couple of friends over, so like Steph would come over a lot, and like other people would like watch movies and stuff. Or we tried to make cookie bars once, and the oven is like on fire, and so you can't regulate it, and they burned, and it was bad. But yeah, so that really stunk. And also on the streets, when you like pass a Spaniard, you know, in America, like you smile and wave, even if you don't know them, you like make eye contact and wave. And like in Spain, it's like, like if you smile at them, they'd be like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you smiling?" And I'm like a really like friendly, like hi, even if I don't know you person. So that was hard. It was like shut down every day. So I don't know. Yeah.
How did you deal with culture shock? What were some coping mechanisms?
Like going there or coming back?
Both.
Okay. Going there, culture shock. At first, like, you don't have culture shock because you're, like, on, like, the honeymoon days or whatever. Like, at first, like, in my journal, I was like, I love this place. Oh, it's so great. And then, like, by week 4, I'm like, ugh. You know? So, at first, you don't realize it. It doesn't happen because everything's new and exciting. And then, how did we deal with it? I don't know. Like, we would just come together and go to the creperia and get a crepe, or go to Cafe Limon and get a coffee and pastry or something like that. Like, we just do things. I don't know. Coming back was hard. It was a hard transition coming back because I just was really tired all the time, and like academics just seemed so much harder. And getting, like, life here is really busy, and life there wasn't, because, like, I didn't have an agenda, really. But here it's, like, be here at this time doing this. And so that was really hard. I think that was really tiring on that. So I took a lot of naps. Yeah. And like, I'd catch up with my Spain term friends every now and then. Like, how are you doing? Good, how are you doing? Well, this kind of stinks right now. But, so yeah, I don't know. That way, I guess. Yeah.
You mentioned that your host sister is engaged, and that's a big deal.
Yeah. The girl, I don't know if any of you know Mary Blasco, but she lived with my host family this year, and she's actually engaged. And like when I talked to her about it, she was like, "Yeah, Sol was like, why are you getting married? You're so young. Like, what's wrong with you?" In Spain, they don't get married till they're like in their 30s, and they don't have kids till late 30s, early 40s, and they only have one or two. And so, getting married in Spain, it's like a big deal because it's becoming less and less popular, I guess. And it doesn't happen until really late in life compared to here. So yeah, it was exciting and like a big deal because they had been together for years. So yeah. Anybody else? Just any curiousness going on out here? I can sense it. I'm just kidding. No? Yeah? Okay, well, thanks for coming. Enjoy your day.